Hi everyone! Today I'm going to be sharing just some things that I find inspiring, some things that I've pulled inspiration from that have really helped me in my freestyle, in my dancing, in life. So I was really thinking about how I was going to go about sharing this. I really tried to plan it and it kind of didn't work, so I'm just going to kind of go off the top of my head. I think I just love talking about dance. Like that's actually one of the things that kind of brought me out of like my sadness, was even just thinking to myself about dance, because I get so hyped up and like recharged when I'm able to have an amazing conversation with a fellow dancer or artist or whatever. And this is kind of like that. Yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. Yeah. Okay, so the first thing that I wanted to share that I pull inspiration from is watching singers sing. I think it's just so mesmerizing to me to watch someone sing live. When they're singing, their primary form of expression is their voice, what they're singing, but their secondary form of expression is like their body language and the way that they're breathing, and that's movement. And I think my favorite way to define dance is movement with expression. Like I always tell people who like just start dancing, they're like, oh, I've never danced before. I'm like, yeah, you have, because actually when you speak and you use your hands, like that's movement with expression. And it's so funny because I know a lot of dancers who will like choreograph human movements or like speaking hands, right? And you just kind of have to be aware that you're actually doing it, you know? I realized that I could learn from watching live singers because I like to play music when I'm doing like mundane things like cleaning. And I remember putting on a video one day, or just like, it must have been like a YouTube playlist or something. And I would just like get stuck. I would get stuck just watching the singer sing. I think there's something valuable in that, because as a performer, you want to draw the attention to you, right? You want your audience to get stuck on you. You want them to be on that same wavelength to like receive your vibe, right? Like it's so interesting now that I'm thinking of it, because like, do you ever like watch a movie or like a scary movie, and the way the music sounds, like the way the character is breathing, like I'm thinking like Paranormal Activity, when it's like, I haven't even watched it because I hate scary movies, by the way, but like the camera will be shaking and you can hear the person, the character breathing, and that sometimes will affect your breathing, and then you start to get scared. Like what a freaking concept that a performer can like feel something or affect you, not only like emotionally but just like physically. Like that is just like, that is like performer gold, yo. Anyways, so I'm gonna go and share with you guys a video. Someone that I love watching live is Ariana Grande. Like when she takes an in-breath, she kind of like lifts her shoulders. Just this whole vibe of her like closing her eyes, and like just like the subtle movements to me are so like, I don't know. Yeah, like even these like when she's like singing and she'll like throw her head back or like sway her head, or like I think once I started watching a lot of started watching these live singers singing live. I think I started to dancing to the lyrics more, and I started getting obsessed with like knowing the lyrics. I guess an exercise too is like, if you have a favorite song, look up the lyrics. Something I would do too is like find where they're breathing in the lyrics. Ooh. Okay, yeah, this one song that I've been really obsessed with. It's kind of angsty, this song. It's kind of interesting. Like, watch yourself when you're in a situation where you're angry or anxious. Like, how are you breathing? When dancers teach, sometimes they'll tell you to think yourself to feeling. Like, think of someone, think of a time. Just try to think your way into that performance mindset, into that performing mode. That is a really great tool, and you should definitely keep that in your arsenal. But another thing that I actually learned from one of my friends who's an acting teacher is that you can evoke that same feeling, but working from physical physicality before, and then that will affect your mind, right? It's the same concept with meditation. How do you bring yourself to peace? You don't think yourself to peace. You can, that's a thing, but you could also work from the body to the mind, which is to control your breathing. Yeah. So like the way that you breathe when you cry, and then doing that before like dancing to this song, like might evoke something in your body that you might not be able to go by just thinking to go there. Yeah. So just interesting. When I was like studying this whole like, or being inspired by watching singers, like actually looked up this and looked up how to like breathe from your diaphragm, how to sing, how to warm up your diaphragm. And it kind of gets me out of my head because it gives me something to focus on. Like literally while I'm dancing, I'll just like try to find my diaphragm. So here's a video. I'm not going to play it because it's a little lengthy, but I will put it in the description. Yeah, that's my things. That's what I wanted to share today. If you want to leave me a comment, that would be super expialidociously awesome, because this is my first video, and just show me some love, you know, because it's probably going to be the worst video I make, but too many more, right? Bye guys, till next time.